I'm excited today to talk about the power of connecting people, professionals to clients that need services, real estate services. And I'm excited today to talk about our Sachs Realty YouTube channel and how Cindy Bell has been following us. We love that, Cindy. Thank you so much for watching along with us and absorbing our content. And you needed services, and we provide at Sachs Realty not just real estate services in Maryland, but we actually provide a broker network all over the country. And we were able to connect you with one of our preferred agents in Florida, Phil Simonetta. So Cindy, thank you so much for watching Sachs Realty's YouTube. Just tell us a little bit about your experience in watching our channel and how you and Phil connected.
Yeah, I kept an eye on your channel and subscribed to it because I love the information that you always give. So the one night you had Philip on there, and I was thinking about selling a house over here in Florida. It was a tenant rental, and it's really gone bad. So I decided I'm going to call Philip because it seemed like he knew exactly what he was talking about when you were interviewing him, and I really liked him, in fact, better on the phone.
That's great. And Phil, I'm sure you were very happy to hear from Cindy.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. You know, she called me up and said, I'd like you to sell my home. And I was like, I never talked to her. And she said she saw me on the Sachs Realty show. And basically she had a home here that she had as a rental. She bought as an investment, as a rental, and it just wasn't performing as well as she needed it to. And there were some things changing in the market. Rents were coming down, taxes were going up, and her income, her what she was making was actually decreasing. So she was in a situation where the investment wasn't performing, and she needed to sell it to reinvest in other areas. And that's how we connected. We just had a simple conversation and talked a little bit about the show. And I gave her some ideas of how we could get the property on the market, how we could sell it, and we went over the details. How we would market it, and it worked out. We actually put the property, we put it under contract for listing about a month prior to listing it because we had to get the tenant out when their lease ended. So we actually did our contract, had everything ready to go. It was just a matter of getting a tenant out. She had to do some quick repairs, and we got it on the market and sold pretty quickly.
Cindy, there's a lot of excuse me. Cindy, there's a lot of news right now about real estate agents with the NAR lawsuit and commissions and things like that. But you obviously see a value in having a great agent like Philip. So can you just kind of speak to that and say, why is it that people need good, professional, sound advice from real estate agents? And why is it that it's best to have great representation versus selling it yourself?
Yeah, I could go there. Yeah, Philip, he's honest. I really like his positive outlook. Nothing is too hard for him. Everything can be dealt with. His honesty, he's not a quick salesman. He's very honest, puts things on the line, how they are, not how you want them to be. It was really awesome dealing with him throughout the whole transaction. I got worried about certain stuff, and then he always comes in like, "Don't worry about it. It's going to be taken care of. Don't worry about it." It's like, wow, it felt so great to have a real estate agent on your side and not you working and just trying to get the transaction going.
Yeah, if I can add to that, one of the things that we do, we're a lot different than most brokerages, most agents. Being the broker, the owner of the school and the brokerage, been doing this for 25 years in some form or fashion. One of the things we do, her example was, it was a brand new home. It was built a year ago by Lennar Homes, and Lennar was building brand new homes still in the same development, and they were giving a $10,000 credit. They were doing all kinds of things. So what we did, we put a strategy together. We started at a price and also gave a $10,000 credit, in our description. And then we brought the price down a little bit. We still gave the $10,000 credit. And then we brought the price down a little more and we took away the $10,000 credit. And at that point is when we got it under contract. And one of the things I did This was a foreign buyer. It was a buyer from outside of Florida, outside of the country. And one of the things we do when we advertise properties, okay, most of your agents, I call it the 3 Ps. They put it in the MLS, they put a sign in the yard, and they pray somebody comes and buys it. That's happens a lot. What we do is we go on offense. When we advertise property, we advertise in 140 countries in 18 different languages. And on 2/3 of the deals, we actually provide the buyer for the contract. And when we do that, we discount our commission because we provide the whole transaction as a transaction broker here in Florida. Now, on this transaction, it was actually a foreign agent and a foreign buyer who saw our advertisements. And in 2.5 weeks, we had it under contract, is really what it came down to. A brand new development, homes being sold by the developer in the same area. And we were able to actually gain more per square foot on the sale than the developer was gaining on the property because of the way we marketed and how we brought that buyer in.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, Phil, we are really happy to have you on our network, with our YouTube channel at Sachs Realty. We talk about a lot of different things, everything from real estate to macroeconomics. And we even get into a little geopolitical issues that are happening around the globe because we know that affects the real estate industry. Real estate is actually one of the largest markets in the world. All you have to do is go outside, look to the left and the right, and chances are you're seeing real estate, houses or buildings. And we know that there are a lot of factors that affect the market. So we try and keep everybody informed and updated. And you being one of our preferred agents in Florida, preferred brokers, you're a real estate broker yourself. We kind of put a lot of trust and value in, we're not licensed in these other states. We're only licensed in Maryland. What can you say to our network, being as a part of our agent network? What can you say to the value that you've received from being aligned with Sachs Realty?
Yeah, I have to say the quality of the people that I've been in communication with from your referral network are second to none. Serious, not putting things off, educated, they know what they want, financially secure. It's just a matter of making a decision to make that move. I'm working with a couple buyers from the referral network, a couple sellers, and it's just we're taking our time. We're waiting for the right deals. One of the things I'm telling them, no matter how good or bad the market gets, rates go up, prices go up, prices come down. There's always good deals out there if you're a buyer. People are always getting divorced. People are always passing away. There's always deals to find. You just sometimes have to hunt them down. They're not always on the MLS, and, sometimes, somebody's going through a tough divorce. They sell the house for 30, 40, 50 grand just under market just to get out and close the deal and get the divorce done. So you have to be patient. You have to find those deals. You may love a house, that you want, and it may be over market price and there's competition, but you could find a house that you like or maybe can love and save 50 grand if you buy the right house in the right situation. And that's one of the consultation things I do with the clients when they're coming to buy. It's not just looking on the MLS, finding what's there. Oh, no, there's nothing available. That's what 95% of the agents do. It's about hunting that deal down, finding it, and sealing the deal for everybody. Probate attorneys, different things, estate attorneys that are dealing with those things. And you got to have those relationships as a broker, as an agent, which I think a lot of people don't go that route. So on the buy side, that's what you're looking at now. On the sell side, just a perfect example is like Cindy, someone who purchased a home, was under the impression that she was going to make a good return. And that return was much less than she thought it was. And she felt stuck because her money was in this house and she needed to get that money to invest elsewhere. And she was scared, with what we talk about, the market's coming down, sales are slowing up. She had a beautiful home, barely used. It was brand new. And that helped in the situation because we were able to take a buyer who was going to buy from the developer and saw the value in getting a bigger house for the same amount of money. It was about 200-300 square feet more that they got for the same money they would have paid for a house smaller. And we were able to do that and leave enough room in there so she really didn't take much of a loss, if any, after calculating in what she made from the year's rent. So we were able to, that was something we kept in mind too. We had to figure out, because we couldn't go too low on price because she didn't want to lose. Just because it was a cash deal and she had cash in the house, I didn't want her to lose her investment. So I wanted her to at least break even or make a couple dollars to take her money and go, after the whole ordeal. That was one of my big concerns for her as well.
Cindy, would you use Philip again? Uh-oh, there she goes. Cindy, would you use Philip's services again?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what do you say to people that are interested in real estate? Would you suggest that they tune in to Sachs Realty's podcast?
I would say so. If they want an education, they got to listen to the people who are experts out there and not a quick selling person. I really love listening to your show, and that's how I met Philip. And thank God, Philip, when I called Philip, he answered on the first ring.
Always, always if I can.
Well, look, we thank you both. We appreciate both of you. Cindy, thanks for watching. Continue to watch. And Philip, thank you so much for serving the people that are paying attention to our show. And we're honored to have both of you as friends.
All right. Well, thank you.
We'll
Thank you. And it's an honor to be part of everything as well, man.